What's going on, everybody? Chris Lawrence420 back here on my YouTube channel. Going to be doing a SmackDown Live pre-show. Don't know why. I'm just going to do it because I figure you all want to see it, and I don't know if even they're going to have one. They didn't have one for Raw, but I'm also joined with a very special person. If they'd like to say something right now.
What is going on, my dude? Sorry, Chris. I was getting my stuff going, bro, on my end.
It's all good, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm just sitting back, drinking a cold beverage, ready to watch fucking Tuesday night SmackDown. The final SmackDown of 2016. Hopefully they are better than that atrocious fucking shit-ass show we seen last Monday night, bro. I was ready to fucking drink 20 pounds of bleach and just kill myself, bro. Like, no. They proved without a shadow of a doubt why they are the shittiest fucking show right now when it comes to WWE, but hopefully they do better in 2017, but we can only hope.
Well, we're all just excited because the SmackDown Live is good. You know, they got good storytelling, they got good wrestlers on there. I think they're making their talent look well. Besides this shit with Ellsworth and fucking AJ that kind of made me cringe a couple of times. But before we get into this, I don't know if I know some breaking news for some people, but Carrie Fisher passed away today at the age of 60. And that's, you know, anyone that don't know Carrie Fisher, you're living underneath a rock.
Yeah.
Leia, Star Wars, man, she's been in so many different things, and our hearts and prayers go out to her and her family. She was one of my first, from what I can remember, one of my first, like, crushes as a kid. Like, as soon as I saw her as Princess Leia, I wanted, I liked her, and I liked her whole character, and I loved everything about her, so it's definitely a shitty loss. You know what I mean? Yeah, were you a fan, or what's up?
Dude, I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fanatic. My dad got me into Star Wars when I was a very young kid, like at the age of like 5, because he likes, like, he grew up in the 70s. Like, he likes all that futuristic, like, non-realistic, but adventure stuff. Like, he had Star Trek stuff all over the place. He liked superheroes and all that. So basically, Leia, what you would think a superhero, in some type of way, but she was, in my opinion, one of the best characters in the Star Wars series. And the fact that I saw today that she passed at the age of 60 is surprising, because that's young. Like, it's 60 years old, but that's still kind of young. And my prayers go out to her family, and it's just sad. What did she die of? I didn't even see that. I didn't read the report.
I think it was a heart attack. I mean, I think she was still in the hospital from a heart attack and stuff. I mean, yeah, it does suck, man, because it hits everybody. Like, anybody that's ever been a Star Wars fan and done anything else, or liked anything else that she's ever done, this is a huge hit, and we've lost so many people. I mean, we just lost George Michael. I mean, I've never been a big Wham fan or anything like that, but I know that hit people hard too.
I didn't even know that until just now. I mean, I guess I've been living under a rock for the last couple weeks. So
yeah, he passed away. I believe he passed away 2 days ago, and I'm not really quite sure what he passed away of either. But all of our prayers and stuff go out to Carrie Fisher. You're awesome. You know, sexy, such a great actress, and you will be missed. And we're definitely sorry about all that. So to bring it to bring it down like that, and then we're just really sorry about all that. But back to SmackDown Live, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's just go ahead and jump right in with it. We got the we'll start with the tag team championship 4-corner elimination match. The Usos versus Rhino and Heath Slater. I got kids. American Alpha and Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family. Who you see coming out of this one victorious?
I'm gonna just say right now, I'm gonna give a little brief detail on all this right now. Who I think's gonna win? No doubt in my mind, it's gonna be Randy and Bray, because they just got the belts. They are, in my opinion, one of the hottest heel teams on the SmackDown roster. The Wyatt family has been at the best that they've ever been in their careers. This new Wyatt family is on the roll of all rolls right now. I don't see Bray and Randy losing it after just winning it like they just did. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see American Alpha win the titles. Their time is coming, but they still need time to grow in the ring, and I don't see them winning it. The Usos, I'm digging their new heel personas, but they're multi-time tag team champions. If anything, they're going to put the new teams over, whether it's Bray, Randy, or American Alpha. But definitely don't see Rhino and Slater winning them back. I don't see that happening at all. I see them imploding, to be honest. I see somebody turning on somebody on that team, whether it's Rhino or Heath. If I had to choose, I'd see Rhino fucking gore Heath Slater straight to fucking oblivion, and Randy or Bray just take advantage.
Yeah, I can see that too. I mean, I'm definitely going with the Wyatt family on this one. They've been built up great. I'm actually proud. I mean, I'm really proud of Bray Wyatt for real, because I mean, it's not that he hasn't always been good. He has always been good. I just think now that they're starting to give him more attention, and they're giving him a title for once. And no matter what anyone says, yeah, it's basically the Wyatt family tag team titles, but I mean he's the holder of it, you know what I mean? And working on side of Orton with this new thing that he's doing, like there's nothing that compares to any of them. And I do agree with you that American Alpha it's coming, but not right now.
I see them winning it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I can see WrestleMania. And as far as Slater and Rhino, I can see them doing that something like that at the Royal Rumble. Definitely having Heath accidentally eliminate Rhino, or maybe
vice versa.
He tries to do it and then Rhino gets mad because he tried to do it and then gores him and throws him out or something. You know what I mean? I can see them doing something like that. Yes.
But shoot, the Usos. I'm about to say if I did have to say something, if it's not Randy and Bray, Usos. I see a heel team winning regardless. But if it's not Bray or Randy, my second pick would be the Usos.
Mm-hmm. That being said, let's go into the next title match of the night, which will probably be the Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch. Yes. I'm really digging this feud right now. I enjoy the stuff that she did with the La Luchador or whatever that she did last week. That was kind of creative and different. And honestly, I didn't even think that. Part of me wants to say that it was her, but
it's fresh. Like we haven't seen anything like that in so long. Like correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time I seen something like this would be way back in 2004. I'm sorry, with JBL and Eddie Guerrero, when Eddie Guerrero dressed up as a luchador and wrestled JBL, and he beat JBL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that was like, okay, this is fresh. I like this. But when it came that match, I kind of knew it was Becky because you could tell by the mannerisms in the ring and how she rolls. Like, if you could tell like how she moves in the ring. Like,
I felt like the opposite. Like when I was watching it, I felt like I'm like, okay, this chick's. I mean, her mannerisms were different. Like how she kicked up was a little bit different, or adding the olays and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I was thrown off for a minute. I was like. You know, the only thing that threw me off the most was her outfit. Like, when I saw it, like, I was like, it still don't seem right. Even if it's a different wrestler, they should have a better outfit for her or something. You know what I mean? But then it made sense when they pulled off the thing. You know what I mean? Honestly, man, I'm going to have to go with, like, I want Alexa Bliss to win. But I'm a kind of, my feeling is maybe Becky. I think Becky's going to take it back, and then we'll see Alexa retain or win it back at the Royal Rumble.
I disagree because I must just say this. You do not want this title being flipped like the title is on Raw. Because, in my opinion, it's going to be rematch, and this feud is going to be like the Sasha and Charlotte feud where it's watered down, nobody's going to fucking care, somebody's just going to be like, you know what, just fuck these two, just give me a fucking shot of bleach and just lose your fucking mind. I would rather see Alexa win and have somebody like this is gonna be a twist. Somebody like who fucking Natalia or fucking Carmella come out and just fuck her over and be like, I secretly hated Becky Lynch, and Alexa wins and retains the title because Becky got screwed over. I'd rather see something like that happen. I doubt it's gonna happen. My pick, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, with me giving that assumption, it's just because I, like you said, you see, yeah, and Raw and SmackDown are two different things right now, but I also see them doing something with like they have that habit of getting too, they don't let things play out and they get too antsy and giving it back or whatever. And
It's too soon to give it back to Becky. I mean, Alexa.
I agree. I agree. It's too soon. That's what I'm saying. If I had it my way, then Bliss is winning. But I can also see them giving it back to Becky and having Alexa come back for it at the Royal Rumble. I can definitely see that. Or at Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry, not the Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber.
God forbid they do that. I mean, if they do give it back to Becky, there better be a twist. There needs to be some type of twist. I mean, if she pins Alexa clean, it's gonna be like, okay, like now there's gonna be another match between the two, which I don't mind. They have put on the best work so far this year, in my opinion. It is despite Sasha and Charlotte putting on the best matches of 2016, despite the booking and everything else. The matches are great, but the the matches between Alexa and Becky, the chemistry, the booking, the writing,
You there?
and yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
What's up?
It cut you out for a second.
No.
It
Oh
was
boy.
it was just for 1 second. So I guess we're both in agreement that we're going with Alexa, and then that's just the better way to go. She's been doing really good when it comes to making that title over there mean something. You know what I mean? Because she's willing to do anything to get it. So
I'm gonna say this before we move on. They would be moving backwards, in my opinion, if they give it back to Becky, because Alexa's worked so hard at her heel persona. It's like, why are we doing this? Why are we giving it back? So that's all I gotta say about that now.
And this is something that I know we said you got a lot to speak on about Baron Corbin, but real quick I would think that it would be the main event of the show, which is for the WWE World Championship, AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Last week it was supposed to be Baron Corbin and Ziggler, and whoever won that match would be the one to face AJ Styles. Ziggler put that up against Baron Corbin, so he could win and prove something to himself. And then Daniel Bryan came out at the end of the match when AJ was going all ham and hitting people with chairs and shit, which was really awesome, really entertaining.
That's That's the best way to end SmackDown. That was one of the best parts of the night, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love seeing. I mean, I don't know if it's like I know it's not just me, but I love seeing. I don't even want to say a smaller guy, but I like seeing a guy with that ruthlessness to him, where he's gonna. I mean, and he could have easily just phenomenal forearmed him in the face, both of them in the face, and done this and that, but he's just taking that New Japan stuff right out there, yeah, like doing some of this shit right here, just hitting them right there. Oh, take that,
like
Dolph.
he did,
take
like
that,
he did,
Dolph, you
like he did to James Ellsworth, like he did to James Ellsworth in the early fucking part of the night, dude. I was marking out like a little girl. I was like, holy shit, that really just happened. I was like, oh my god. I cried.
It was like I just enjoyed that, like the ending to that, like maybe him not throwing him into AJ because we've seen that 1,000 times, but the whole aspect of AJ just saying screw this,
I didn't mind that.
But so who do you see walking out? I mean, I'm going with AJ all the way. I think in my opinion, I think what's going to happen is we'll see something. Like if I was calling this match or writing this match, I would go with something on the lines of, maybe like an end of days to Ziggler. AJ finds some way to get Baron Corbin out of the ring, and then Styles clash, and then he pins Dolph Ziggler. I don't think Baron's going to take the fall, but I do see AJ Styles leaving the champion and still being the one that runs the camp on
The,
SmackDown Live. What
the
do you think
champ,
there, Robin?
the champ that runs the fucking camp.
What do you think,
Before
Robin?
before I make my pick, let me just state for the record, I have been a huge Baron Corbin fan since he made his debut. I've watched him on the WWE Network from Breaking Ground to NXT to the main roster, and I have, not gonna lie, up until before the brand split, he was nothing but a fucking a washed up runaway little motherfucker lost in the shuffle with a roster full of fucking people. Like nobody gave a fuck about Baron Corbin up until he got drafted to SmackDown. And other than that, now with that being said, I see Baron Corbin being a main factor because I don't see AJ doing much. He's got a hurt leg. The fact that Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin are in this match together with AJ, that says right there. Because Dolph Ziggler is going to carry the most of the load in this match. AJ's got a hurt leg. If it was just Dolph and AJ, you know damn well AJ would have injured himself even more. Because you know Dolph can fucking turn the intensity up to fucking 1 to 1,000 within a moment.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen Dolph put on best matches of all time. Like, example, Survivor Series 2014. That crowd was on their feet when Dolph was kicking Kane in the head, Luke Harper in the head, Seth Rollins. Like, they were on their feet. Like, Dolph Ziggler, like, made everybody believe, I'm going to be the one to put everybody down. I'm going to be the one to win this match. So, it's going to be a Dolph Ziggler stealing the show night, but I don't see him winning. I see Dolph Ziggler getting taken down by Baron Corbin. End of days of Dolph Ziggler. AJ Styles, phenomenal forearm to Baron Corbin, or Styles clash to AJ after Baron Corbin does all the damage. Regardless, I see AJ winning this match, retaining the title, going to the Royal Rumble to either face The Undertaker or John Cena for the title. And that's that.
Well, speaking of John Cena, tonight John Cena returns to SmackDown Live. Where's he go from here? There's rumors of him getting into a program with Ambrose. I don't really know too much with that because it seems like they're heading down that road with the Miz and Ambrose. But I mean, John Cena, does he come back? And I mean, do we get the call out of the Undertaker that we've been wanting to hear for quite some time, or are we going to get Cena doing a different program with somebody else? I mean, is there somebody else that they're holding? I mean, I've even said that before too. If they don't do it with the Undertaker, and he's not put into Ambrose or even the title picture, he might be thrown into the title picture too. Maybe go in with whoever wins, him come out and announce, or him announcing he's in the Rumble. What could be the next thing for John Cena there, man?
Here's what I see coming. This is what I want. This is what I want to see. I don't know if it's going to happen, but this is what I want to see. There are rumors going around that they're definitely going to put Cena and Taker at Mania, which we've been wanting to see for the last 5 years, at least. It was supposed to happen last year, but Cena got hurt. I hope now Cena's supposed to turn heel, supposedly. You know how long we've been dying to see a John Cena heel turn in the last decade. Now, here's my only thing with that. Out of everybody on the SmackDown roster, or the roster in general, who do you see to be the next John Cena as the babyface of the company to take his spot in merchandise and everything else? Before I go on, who do you see that? Who do you see the next guy? Like right now?
Oh man. The next guy. On
Like
either show?
It does not matter. Like overall, like as of right now, like with popularity, merchandise sales.
Oh man. See, that's a big toughie because I mean,
there's nobody.
And you're right, there is nobody, and that's something that I mean, not just me, but I mean, and as much as people don't like Russo, he's been talking about it so long too. It's just like, I mean, like who's over? Who could leave? Who could be? It's almost crazy because I don't even want to say, well, who could be that person that come in and would step in for movie roles and TV roles and stuff? Because they've all now, because of the WWE studios, they've all kind of done that now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So to me, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, all these guys have went out and done this, and we're proud of them or whatever. But who is the next big star? Who's the, you know what I mean? And it's gotten to the point now where they have to bring in stuff like that, like you were saying with the John Cena heel turn. If they did that, if they do that tonight, then SmackDown is 2 continents away from Raw. Like, Raw's not even in the same league.
If they do that tonight, no, go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if they do that, then Raw is just an afterthought. I mean, because I always tell people this all the time. Like, I like Sami Zayn, I like Neville, and I like Strowman. And honestly, if Jericho wasn't, his last couple of things that he's done has been cringeworthy. But even if Jericho wasn't there, who do they have? They don't have anybody. I mean, they made Kevin Owens look like shit. They got Roman Reigns, and he's he cannot do nothing wrong.
You can't blame him for that though.
I know. I'm saying it's one of those things where I know it's not their fault, but you know what I mean. If they're watching both of these on monitors and they're going, no, there's no way. There's no way. Raw's still a good show too. It's just as good as SmackDown.
If they
are on crack, and it's not fair to them because they could easily do something to change that. Like, that's what I'm saying. If Cena comes back and does something heel like that, they're going to be far in front of Raw. That it's going to be ridiculous. Where when they do turn Roman heel, it's not going to make no difference. When they do bring in someone huge, I don't care who it is. Goldberg could win the title. Brock could do this. They could bring back Angle and do something. It don't matter what they do. If John Cena makes that decision and says he's going to go into this for the long haul, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that that Raw will be able to compete with SmackDown, and then you'll start seeing the draft diminish.
Here's what you got to think about this for a second too. Like, rumor is around the summer. When did the draft take place? Because it was around the summertime when the draft took place.
July, I think.
Okay, because
sound about right, July.
I do. There are rumors going around from between early summer to July. They're going to do another draft. And think about this: if Cena does happen to go heel, because Cena wants, there's another rumor going around that Cena's about to be done in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wants to tie Ric Flair's record at least. Now, I see John turning heel either. I want it to be tonight. I want it to be tonight because that would turn the fucking company upside down and that would spike a rating for next week's show, like, in general. Oh my God, the great almighty John Cena turning on the Undertaker.
Yes, I was just about to say that, and go into that with Undertaker being the babyface.
Exactly. Now think about this though, John. There are rumors going around where John is supposed to be the 16-time champ, either at Rumble or Mania. If it does have to, I don't want that to happen. I'm just stating for the record right now. I do not want to see that. Whether face or heel, I don't want to see it. I want that moniker to stay with Ric Flair, the only man to be a 16-time champion. But it's gonna happen. We're gonna get. We gotta just freaking deal with it. But if I do, I want to see that happen at Mania. Title versus career. Now, Undertaker is supposed to be rumored to go against AJ Styles at the Rumble. I want to see AJ lose the title at the Rumble to a face taker, and Cena being heel from that point on, going through the entire roster, winning at the Chamber, because the Raw guy's going to run the Rumble regardless, whether it's Sami Zayn or Braun Strowman or whoever the hell it is. We don't know, nor do I really give a care about. But Cena is more likely going to win at the Chamber, and he is going to go to Mania and take the title from Taker. I mean, that's probably most likely what's end up going to happen. Mm-hmm. Now, what does that do for AJ Styles?
I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even know if, like, that's something that they even want to go down. Like, I don't know. Like, I think he should be somewhere in the picture. I mean,
He should
But
be.
if anything, you know, as much as like I don't really, I don't really want to see another one. But even if they have to, keep him somewhere close to that and have him be part of, you know, like a triple threat or something like that. Like I don't think that they should have Cena, because I could see them doing that. Cena winning and then Undertaker and him at WrestleMania. And to me, just to be able to go, oh hey, thanks AJ, thanks for your services right now, AJ. We'll get back to you when we're done with you. You know what I mean? And then there was rumors about taking AJ to Raw, which
God no.
that would
That would derail his momentum. God no. Oh my God, dude. If that happens, SmackDown is in deep ass trouble.
Yeah, I think the only other thing that we could run through real quick is, I mean, what's the condition of James Ellsworth? Is he going to be there? Is he, what kind of thing that he's, I mean, I know we all care and we all give a shit, but I mean.
Notice me laughing right now.
Yeah, I know. Like, now, I don't know if they want to go down, I mean, I don't know where they're going with the Carmella and Ellsworth road, but who cares, man? Carmella's cringe as you know what I mean, that's the good thing about her, is she's cringe. And I mean, Ellsworth is Ellsworth. He's fucking, you know what I mean, his time's up. He needs to get the hell out of there. He just needs to leave and continue to do something else. I mean, I don't know, like, you know, have him do something with I mean, I don't even know who I would put him with that wouldn't diminish them too. I was about to say Tyler Breeze and Fandango or something, or you know what I mean? I don't even know what you would do with him now. So, I mean, does anyone really care how his condition is? They're probably going to shoot something tonight that's like, oh, this is condition, and we're wishing him the best of luck, you know, and all this other stuff, even though, you know, AJ did exactly what we really wanted to do to him, was, you know, beat the shit out of him and then show him to the door. You know what I mean? That's what we... So I see them doing something tonight about their condition, and then, you know, maybe follow up, because SmackDown's good at following up storylines, so maybe we'll see something with him and Carmella. I mean, I can't even think of what else to talk about when it comes to Ellsworth. I mean, the only other story I could think of from SmackDown, dude, would be the, I mean, what is the Miz? You know what I mean? Like, what's the Miz doing? You know what I mean? Like, is he going to do something with Ambrose? Is Ambrose? I also heard a rumor that Ambrose is going to be wrestling Luke Harper again. You know what I mean? I could see them doing something like that again. But besides that, I mean, the Miz, you know, just seeing the Miz out there and seeing Maurice out there will be awesome.
Oh
anyway.
God!
So I'm a big Miz fan now, because I think that he has done a lot. You know what I mean? And no matter what anyone says, you know, he's got a point. You know what I mean? He's been there for, I don't know how many years. He's main evented WrestleMania. He's been several Intercontinental Championships. This one right now being one of the best ones that he's had. Yeah, the 5th and 6th were one of the best ones he's had. So, I mean, and he's doing so much to keep the eyes on the. I mean, he is a superstar, dude. I tell people that all the time. Like, no matter what you say about the Miz, he carries himself like a star. You know what I mean? And if we had more people like that in wrestling, I think that wrestling will be a little bit better. And I was one of these guys that used to trash the Miz, man, and be like, I can't believe, why is he in the main event at WrestleMania with John Cena when you could use so many other people instead of that, you know what I mean? But now that I sit back and think about it, I mean, he was doing everything that he could to get to that spot, and now that he's at that spot, he's running with it, and you know what I mean, I guarantee you, yeah, he has a couple writers, but I guarantee you, most of the stuff it's coming from him. It's coming from Shane and Daniel Bryant and the writing team, maybe Road Dogg or whoever is part of the writing team over there. They're doing a great job of making that title relevant and putting stakes on it and stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of the Miz, and I'm looking forward to seeing him on the show in some type of way. I mean, I don't know what he does. I mean, I can see him doing something again with Ambrose, you know what I mean, after the Renee slap and everything from last week or whatever. But I mean, what do you see the Miz doing on this show?
Here's what I see. Luke Harper, if you think about it, think about this. Luke Harper was put in that fatal 4-way for the title, just a throw. In my opinion, just a throwaway. Now he gets eliminated by Dean Ambrose in that match. and then the Miz gets eliminated. I see Luke Harper in a side story here with Dean Ambrose, because the main story, if you think about it, is going to be Ambrose and Miz. But think about this: Luke Harper is going to be like, "You took me out of the match. You ruined my championship opportunity. I'm gonna come after you." And Miz is just going to sit back like he did last week, sit back while they pick the bones, and he's going to come out like he did last week and basically kick his ass while he's already down. But I see an IC title match between Miz and Harper. I'm not saying tonight, but could be down the road after the Rumble or after Rumble, or even a triple threat match for the title. Because if you think about it, Luke Harper has nothing to do other than if you want him to be the lackey for Randy and Bray when they have their matches. I mean, I know you don't want to see that, because Harper. I want to see Luke Harper with some gold, to be honest. So, if it was me, I would rather have the Miz, Ambrose, and Harper have a little intertwined story for the IC title.
Yeah.
So, but for tonight, I see another Ambrose Luke Harper match, and just Miz getting involved like he did last week, but Ambrose having the upper hand this time.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely, I mean, I could see them doing something like that. I'm just like, I like Luke Harper. I just don't see what they're doing. I thought that, like, in my mind, what they were going to do is eventually when Rowan comes back, they'll bring back the Freebird rule and have, and basically have the Wyatts, you know what I mean, basically have Bray go, I'll give, you know what I mean, here you go. I'll give you the chance to defend the titles, both of you guys. And then if they did it that way, that still opens up, you know what I mean, that, like you were saying, it could open up to something where they do something like that. Why not have Orton go up against the Miz? We've seen it before, but I mean, they have past history about it.
That's weird. That's a good one.
And then having the you know, doing the opposite of what they've always done. Make the Wyatt family come out. I mean, you imagine all the Wyatt family coming out with all the titles.
That would be a markout moment.
I mean, having the Undertaker win at WrestleMania, and then having him come out the next night, and they don't have to relinquish it, but have him come out the next night and say, hey, you know, have Bray come out and say, hey, look, we got the tag team titles and the Intercontinental Championship. That's mine. I'm taking that from you. I mean, and why not have, you know, I mean, put him over? You know, I mean, put the Undertaker over at WrestleMania when I think that he should have. I mean, if anything, he should have won dirty or something against the Undertaker. You know what I mean? I see why they want him to win. You know what I mean? But there's been so many opportunities that Bray hasn't got. Now that he's getting them, I hope they give him some more leeway and they, you know, help him with the characters and stuff. Dude, I was writing stuff between me and you, dude. I was writing stuff for him. Like, when he was doing the Wyatt stuff, I was writing stuff for him about, like, everything I could think of, dude. Like, I even did one where I know a lot of people are talking about bringing in a Sister Abigail type girl or whatever.
That's supposed to happen within the year. Like, they've been talking about that. I don't know if you remember. They wanted to have Paige or Nia Jax come in as Sister Abigail during the summertime,
And
but obviously,
that.
I mean, thinking about this, looking back, I'm glad they did. I was all for that, but you had two of the most. Nia Jax, maybe I could see, because she's got that. When you look at her, sorry, I'm fucking tired. When you look into her eyes, when her music hits, when I'm not like most girls, I don't even know the rest, nor do I care. But when that line hits, and you see her eyes, you can tell that she's got that twisted, sick, dark part of her that just wants to beat the living crap out of you. Mm-hmm. And just think about that, and you put her in the Wyatts. Just that, I'm Nia Jax. I'm Sister Abigail. I'm the one that's going to kick the living crap out of you if you cross me.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know how her promos and stuff would sound or mix well with her. I tell you who I would have liked if Sanity didn't pick her up, would have been Nikki Cross.
Dude, I could see that.
Yeah, she would have fit in real good. You know, she's got the crazy laughs and you know what I mean. But I had so many ideas, dude. I brought up one thing about Sister Abigail and the Wyatts terrorizing the Bellas. Because at the time, the Bellas had remember they had the dolls, like the Bella Barbie dolls and stuff like that.
You're right.
And I
Yeah,
told
I
them, I was like,
forgot
I
about
think it would have
that.
been amazing if they had just a girl sitting in a white chair, rocking back and forth when the lights come back on, and then when they go back out, you just see the chair rocking like the old Wyatt way. And then after one of their matches the next week, I would have had the lights go out and then come back on, and it's all the Bella dolls in the ring, like spread all over the ring with the Bellas in it, and they're freaking out because it has no heads on the dolls.
Dude, that's freaking cool. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have done. That's something I would have done right there, and then what I mean. And then no matter, like, you can always intertwine that stuff to give somebody something to do. Like, in my opinion, John Cena hasn't put over Bray Wyatt as great as I think he should have.
I don't know why he did not do that.
They could
I was
have easily
pissed.
did something like they could easily intertwine these things after that to where Nikki and them are going to John saying, "Hey, this girl won't get away from me," and stuff like that. And I know Bray Wyatt has something to do with it. And there you go, Bray Wyatt, get him back in a program, have Cena lose clean to Wyatt, which would be amazing, and have them go around terrorizing. John Cena and Bella Twins every night. They're getting their hair done in the back and curling up their hair, and all of a sudden the lights go out and they come back on, and there's Bree mode written all over the walls. And all this other crazy stuff. Just freaking them out, like fearless, fear this or something, Instead of saying fearless, you can say fear this, or I don't know. They have so many ideas, dude. But, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I could see, like, if they would have done that, like, obviously years ago, Brie mode and all that wasn't a thing, but now if Brie was still still on the roster, and if the Wyatt family was never buried like they have been, and now they are just getting the momentum that they need. I mean, in my opinion, that's a little late. But, I mean, if they were never buried like they were, I could so see that happening and just having Nikki get freaked the hell out and just...
Yeah.
I mean, I see that. I would have seen that happening, but, I mean, now it wouldn't have much as an impact if they wouldn't have been buried like they were.
We can actually end on this note, man. It's something that's been really on my mind. Like, it drives me crazy sometimes when people don't understand that, like, yeah, even though we know it's a work, it doesn't mean that you don't have to not try to work us. You know what I'm saying? I hate when they deliberately try to go out of their way and go, that wasn't scripted. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, man. Like, you don't have to tell me that this was, you know what I mean, that out of all the other injuries, and I think that's what that hurts them when it comes to the injuries now. That's why no one believes anything. You know what I mean? You can't have wrestlers going out there and hurting themselves for real, and then when you try to do an angle where someone hurts their ankle, you mean you've already texted out pictures of Finn Balor's knee, or his arm, and this and that, and you've already
Zack Ryder's knee.
Yeah, Zack Ryder's knee. You've already, but honestly, they could have just had Zack Ryder leave like he did. You know what I mean? And not said anything about it. And then when he came back, he could come back with the fucking leg brace and still have like a storyline to come back to. You know what I mean? But when you shower them with all that kind of stuff and you say this and that and you telling everybody in the media and all this other stuff, now when you're watching fucking I'm trying to think of something. When you watch Sami Zayn with his arm taped up and they're trying to sell, oh my God, Owens powerbombed his arm. Is he going to be able to use his left arm in this match? And it's just like, dude, if they were really, if it was that bad, then they wouldn't be working. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be working because they would be in the back. They'd be out for 3 months. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's one thing that drives me crazy. That and atomic drops. I was talking to my friend about that. I was like, makes no sense to me. I'll never get that. I don't understand why a low blow is a disqualification, but if you give the person an atomic drop, it's not.
I got a lot of things to say about work because I was a wrestler back in the day. High school, I have a buddy of mine who trained me a little bit to like some in-ring work, and I've received an atomic drop. I have. And what that does to you, what that's supposed to do, it's not a low blow at all. For most people think it's a way of hiding a low blow. it's really not. What that does is you're supposed to when you get caught in a atomic drop.